Well, hello everyone, and once again it is the summer holidays, and here at Ascot Bonnen we're really pleased to be able to be running SHEP, our fun food holiday club, and this has been coordinated by Jen Craven, our family engagement officer, and it's been funded by the Welsh Government, and we are so thrilled that they've seen that we are a really good cause and that they are helping fund this. And this means that you can get these wonderful bags full of groceries to cook along with me. So diolch yn fawr to the Welsh Government and to Jen for coordinating it all for us. Now today we're going to do a healthy vegetable stir fry, and what I wanted to do was to show you a very simple version of it where you haven't got to go out and buy lots and lots of different bottles of spices and sauces and things like that. We are going to show you how to use something so inexpensive and readily available in our town. Now I popped to Aldi the other day and I have picked up a bag of Chinese sauce, 39 pence. I've also picked up a bag of their microwavable rice, and again 39 pence. Now I'm just using the rice here. I would normally buy the big bags of rice that you can boil because it does go a lot further, but this is just something simple and easy to use for you guys with your grocery bags. So I'm going to show you how you can turn these two items into something delicious and really healthy. And I have got a basket of fruit here. Now, depending on what's been available in the shops over the last few days for Jen to actually purchase for you, you might have slightly different vegetables to what I've got here, but use whatever vegetables you like, or why not try some new vegetables? This is a really good way of getting the children to try something new. You can actually hide it with some of the vegetables they do like and in with the sauce and the rice. So a really good way of doing that. But you can customize this to be a vegetable stir fry that the whole family enjoys. So let's get started. Now you will see on my recipe sheet that I have a fussy Mr. Davis in my house, and he doesn't like his vegetables really crunchy. And I did put a little tip on the bottom there that with the carrots and the broccoli, I just boil them just for a few minutes, not too long, so they're not too crunchy for Mr. Davis. Okay, so you can do that if you want to. And these here, as you can see, I've got the carrots in little sticks. I've got the broccoli cut into little small florets here. I've just chopped those up. So these are still a little bit crunchy, but not so much. So by the time we've actually stir fried them, they'll be lovely and still crunchy, but not hard, if that makes sense. So I've done those already. Now I like to use spring onions in my stir fries, and I think that's just because they're a little bit sweet, but I love the green stalks. I love using sort of all of this here, and it gives it that little bit more colour than just an ordinary onion. So if you want to use an onion, please feel free. And if you want to use spring onion, again. Now I'm not sure which ones you'll get in Jen's lovely bag of goodies, but I'm going to show you how to do both of them. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do that one in a minute, because that can make you cry. The spring onions though don't. Now I have washed all these, so these are actually ready to be chopped. Now with chopping, the children can get involved with this. Absolutely brilliant way to get them involved in cooking. So I always use a claw method of cutting with children. It means that they're bending their fingers over and they're not going to cut them with the knife because they're always out of the way. Now with my spring onions, as I said, I've washed them, and I've washed right the way up the tips because I like using this here. Now these are already prepared spring onions from the supermarket, which means that sort of any ucky outer layers have been taken off. Now what we want to do is chop off these roots here. So claw, hold your spring onions and just chop through that and pop those away to go in the compost bin. Now what I'm going to do is use a knife to chop these up, but you can give one of these to the children with some clean scissors and they can just snip away, and then they're taking part as well. Now I'm going to chop the very ends off, so we're not using those because some of those are a little bit dry and not very nice. And all we're going to do with these is claw and chop them up like this. See, one's just run away from me over there. Pop that there. So I'm going to move over here and hope that you're catching all this. So chop through these. There we go. So we've got lovely, lovely spring onions. Now, it's a really good idea to prepare all of your vegetables at the same time, so they're ready just to pop in after one another. Okay, so I've got my spring onions there. And I'll show you very quickly how to do this onion. Now, you see you've got two ends of an onion here. You've got this little grassy bits, that's the roots, and then you've got this knobbly end, which is the top of it. I'm going to slice this off. So hold it with your claw, and we are just going to gently slice down there. Okay. Now, with the root bit, this is the bit that can make you cry. We're just going to trim off that little end there. Not going to cut all the way through because we want it to stay together. We're just going to trim off that end there. So I'm actually going to get a different knife for this. There we go. Get your claw and just get rid of that little bit there. We're then going to chop it in half. And then you're going to remove that outer layer, that papery layer. Get rid of that. Get rid of it on this side as well. Now, I've just had a spray of onion juice just hit me in the face, so I hope it's not going to make me cry. So be careful. Now, you can see that it's still held together with the root end. What we're going to do is slice along this bit here, but we're not going to cut all the way up to there. So let's hope you can see me. So claw, and we're just going to slice down here. Then you can see it's still all together. We're going to chop this way, claw, and just cut it into little bits there. And then you've got your little bits of onion. Now, you might want bigger chunks of onion. It's entirely up to you. I actually like, I'm going to pop that over there. I like, if I'm using these onions, chopping that root bit off and just leaving them as slices. So they look big slices like that. That's how I like my onions in stir fry, but it's entirely up to you. But at least you know how to chop your onions now. So I'm going to put those to one side because I'm not actually using those in my stir fry. What I am going to use is peppers, and I'm going to just chop the peppers all the way down. Hold the stalk bit on this, claw action again, and we're just going to chop down the side. Use as much pepper as you want. I'm going to pop that over there, and what we're going to do now is this is quite a long slice. Now, I think my knives actually need sharpening, but it's a long slice. So I'm going to chop that in half. Again, something the children can do. Chop there. Okay, and you just carry on preparing all the vegetables that you want in it. Entirely up to you what vegetables you have. I have got a yellow pepper I'm going to use, and I've got courgettes here. Now, the courgettes I've washed already. I'm going to chop the ends off, and I'm just going to slice these up. Get rid of that, and we're just going to use slices. Again, courgettes are actually really, really good for the children to cut because they're quite soft. There we go. So I have got here my spring onions, my red pepper, I've got courgettes here, and I've got some mushrooms. Now, with the mushrooms, what you don't want to do is wash them. Don't put them under water because they're actually like sponges and they will soak up all of that water, and we don't want that. We don't want soggy mushrooms. Now, I'm getting rid of my stalks because Mr. Davis doesn't like the stalks and he likes his mushrooms peeled. So I'm just going to peel these, and then again we're just going to slice them up. So I'm going to carry on doing my mushrooms, and then we've got all our vegetables prepared. Now, not everybody has a wok, so I'm actually going to use a frying pan to show you. So those of you without woks can use a frying pan. Woks are absolutely great to use, but as I said, not everybody's got them. So I'm going to carry on just preparing my vegetables. I think I might do some yellow pepper as well, and I'll see you over at the frying pan in a minute. Now with my pan, my frying pan, I'm not actually going to have it on a really, really high heat. I'm going to have it on a medium heat. I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil. Now what you'll find is your vegetables all cook at different times. Some cook quicker than others. So I'm going to start off by popping in my spring onions. Let's get all those in. We'll have them in for about a minute or so. And then we'll start adding our peppers. Let's get them all here. There we go. So we're just going to move them around like this so you can hear them already starting to sizzle. Now I am doing this one-handed because I'm holding the camera here, so I'm hoping we're going to get the shot in okay. And I'm not actually going to get burnt. Fingers crossed, everyone. I'm actually going to move to a wooden spoon now. There we are, going to add the peppers. Pop those in and we'll just fry those, keep moving them around, and we'll just fry those for a couple of minutes. Just keep them moving and then they're not going to catch on the bottom. So now I'm going to add in my courgettes. As you can see, I've actually cut them in half as well, because my courgette was actually quite big, so I'm just cutting them in half. And this is where I will add the garlic as well. And just keep moving it around. So you can see that we have got the carrots, the broccoli, all in there now, and look at all those colours. Now just keep moving it around, because we haven't got the sort of cooler places like you've got in a wok at the sides, so it's the constant heat all on the bottom. So just keep moving it around. Now we're going to cook this now for about 2 minutes, keep moving it, and then we're ready to add the sauce. Now I've squeezed all the rest of the sauce into the pan, so I'm just going to leave that to warm all the way through now, and I'm going to pop the rice into the microwave for just 2 minutes, and then we're all ready to serve up. So here we have it, our delicious vegetable stir fry. Now if you wanted to add meat to it, you can put some chicken or some very thinly sliced pork. You could pop that in, beef, whatever you want to pop in there. Put it in after the onions though, and just keep stirring it around. So are we ready for a taste? So I got my rice underneath that. Let's have a little bit of this now. Can you see the steam? So it is really, really hot. Give it a blow. You don't want to burn your mouths. It's really delicious. And Mr. Davis might still find that these vegetables are still crunchy, but I love them like this. So look, we've got that lovely colour. We've got the broccoli, the courgettes, we've got the different peppers, the yellow and the red. We've got mushrooms in there, we've got garlic. Oh, think of how healthy that is, all the lovely, lovely vegetables. And as I said before, pop some new vegetables in there that your children haven't tried and they might not see them. and they might decide that they actually like them. So have fun making this, and I will see you again very, very soon. Thank you for joining me. See you soon.